Good afternoon, everybody. I hope y'all are having a great day so far. All right, just a little close to my face. All right, whatever the hell. Today we're gonna be talking about nutrition. I had this planned for a little bit now, and it's funny that right now I am studying this part for an exam I have Wednesday. Um, and a lot of this is our kind of stuff that I knew a little bit about, but really looking at my notes and study guide, it just looks like I'm gonna get a great grade on this exam. Um, but yeah, nutrition, pretty easy, pretty simple. I'm gonna go over some basic things that I think that you should know and to help guide yourself a little bit more through nutrition for your training and for any goals that you have in the near future. So first off, we'll go over how many calories each substrate is. What are substrates? Substrates are fats, proteins, and carbohydrates. Carbohydrates is the most used substrate in the body when it comes to performance and just being active. Fats are mainly used for resting, and proteins are made for muscle building and muscle rebuilding. Um, so, yeah, carbohydrates and proteins are each worth 4 calories per gram per gram. So, 4 calories, 1 gram.
Nutrition, carbs.
Mhm.
They ask you about this in class all the time if you're an ex-phys major.
Yep.
Fun fact, actually. Do I know it by heart?
How many calories of alcohol is per gram? Close enough, close enough.
Don't embarrass me now.
Awesome as hell. It's badass having your roommate as a ex-phys major. Y'all are the same major, so y'all can have similar talks, and it's easy to study with one another. Yeah, that's how much calories is per each of these substrates. Um, Now, when it comes to weight loss and weight gain, I guess our professor he goes very much by the book, and a lot of these books that are have been read and pushed are very outdated nowadays. The recommended by the book is 500 calories to add to your maintenance calories already, or to cut away from your maintenance calories. And I want to say that is too much. Honestly, that's too much. The sweet spot I feel would be 250 calories to 500 calories to either add or subtract from your maintenance amount of calories right now. Um, and it's pretty simple. If you want to get bigger, put on more size, you add more calories. Or if you want to get smaller, or not smaller, but lose weight and get leaner, you subtract those amount of calories. Um, Now, what can I tell you how much you should be subtracting week by week by week? No, every person is different, and your activity level is also very different. If you want to lose half a pound a week, you do the lower amount and you just up your activity. If you lose a little bit more than half a pound, that's completely fine. Just keep doing that until you plateau, and then you add maybe 100 calories less or 100 calories more, until you lose the amount of weight or gain the amount of weight that you want. That is my opinion and what I've seen a lot of successful weight loss and weight gain participants doing. And it's really just something that you can stick to more often. Consistency beats anything else 100% of the time. If you can stick to a diet and actually work with it, and it makes you feel good, and you can actually really stick to it and keep that diet. All right, don't mind the stutter. But here's a ratio that I like to follow, and I think you should follow as well. For when it comes to carbohydrates and proteins and fats in your diet, All right, 40 to 50% of your calories should be coming from carbs. 25 to 35% should be coming from your proteins. Don't mind the spelling error. And 20 to 30% should be coming from your fats. This is a good ratio, I feel, to be doing for your diet. If you're cutting, you do the lower amount, or you do 35% of carbs and you up the amount of protein you have just to keep on muscle. The fat, I would like to keep it the same, unless you're doing like a keto diet. Then you higher the fat and you lower higher the fat and you lower the amount of carbs you're doing. Me personally, though, I don't like ingesting too many fats because I do feel really sluggish. It might be the type of fats that I'm ingesting that makes me feel that type of way, but that's just my experience I've had with it. And now, when it comes to more nutrition, for how many minutes am I on this video? About like 3 is fine. The lifting portion is about 8 minutes, so I kind of want to keep it in the same time frame. I do have an extra clip that I might put in if the video runs a little bit longer. But now, nutrition for competitions. This is where it comes into good knowledge to use for your competitions and your lifting sessions. Um, some things you do want to focus on is high carbohydrates before you do lift, and good hydration as well. Don't mind the chicken scratch. Um, that's something I want you to focus on for competition and lifting. Some things I want you and suggest that you avoid is high fat before you work out, and high amount of fiber before you work out as well. Why? Because it hinders and slows down digestion. That's why. And also, it says in the book, but I'm not gonna say it here. It says sugar alcohols. That one I'm not too sure on. I will look into it more. That makes sense because it sounds like it's pretty processed and stuff like that. So it'll also hinder your digestion and how well your body will absorb the carbohydrates. And now for the carb loading part, this is the favorite part. For days before competition, let's say a meet, you will lower the amount of carbohydrates you're eating about here on the days, 4 to 6 days before you're competing. You will lower the carbohydrate amount that you're intaking, so you'll be low on carbs. Especially, this is good for wrestlers, MMA fighters, jiu-jitsu guys who want to make weight. You lower the amount of carbs, and that will lower the amount of water that you're absorbing in your body. Yes, you will feel like shit. That's just how your sport is made around, and same for powerlifters. Your peak week, it might mess up the peak week just a little bit, but if you're overweight, you need to make weight, this is what you have to do. And either way, even if you're already in weight, this is a good thing to do. It's just a carb load in this fashion. And then 3 days out, you will start to intake a fuck ton of carbs. Excuse my language. But this is the days that you will be taking a bunch of carbs. Your body will be replenished. Your body will be ready to go. It'll start absorbing more water. You'll get a little bit heavier, and you'll be able to perform at your maximal capacity come meet day. Now, take that as rule of thumb and what you will, and whatever you've done for competitions, whatever works for you and whatever you feel is right, go ahead and do. That's just something I'm suggesting to you to do. I won't really go over how many carbs you should be taking before the gym and all that type of stuff, but my rule of thumb and what I do is about an hour to an hour and a half before I lift, I will have complex carbs, and about 20 to 30 minutes before my lift, I will have a bunch of simple carbohydrates. And the reason why I do that is because complex does take about the same amount of time to digest fully in your body, and the simple carbs take about that time to digest in your body as well. So do as you will, and go ahead and try that out. I'll give more examples of things you can eat as carbohydrates in a later video. I'll go more in depth on a carbohydrate load. And yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed the video and the little segment of Jaden. If you haven't check out his YouTube channel. He wants to start posting more, and he has a video up right now, so go check it out. I think y'all will enjoy it. Silas, is a call out to your ass. Start posting again, bro. Page needs you. But hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you had any questions, give me